Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. I'm your host, Carolyn Orff, and today is October 9th, 2024. Fall is in the air, and so unfortunately are hurricanes and tornadoes. I don't consider myself a weather aficionado, but this morning I certainly have become one. We are just watching all the weather in Florida, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone that is being impacted by this, including all of our wonderful travel agency partners, our supplier partners, and of course, all of our beloved clients. So keep an eye out on those updates for your clients and just be proactive, empathetic, and we'll get through this one together. We absolutely will. So I'm excited for today, you guys. We have two incredible guests. So let's just get right to it. I hope you guys are there. Make sure you let us know if you're online live with us today. So please welcome from one of our favorite brands, Michele Higgins from Sandals and Beaches Resort. She is the Senior Regional Sales Manager. Hi, Michele.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm excited for you to be here because this is your first time.
Yes, I'm live. What's going to happen?
You never know. I try to keep it really tame. I always tell people I'm no Barbara Walters. I'm not here to make you cry. I'm here to make you laugh. Hi, everyone. Vicki, it's so wonderful to see you. And Ashley, Sarah, it's wonderful to see you guys. I hope everyone's faring well with the weather. I don't think you guys are in any places that are super impacted, but of course, I mean, as travel advisors and as people in this industry, do you just feel overwhelmed sometimes by the weekly changes and what's going on, not only in the world, but like weather? I never thought I'd have to be so intent on the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I don't know if you were asking them that and them to answer in the chat, but same. I've been keeping my eyes out. And then also in Eastern Tennessee, my heart goes out to everybody there and all the cleanup that they have to do and all of the damage that was done there. It's just been a crazy year with the storms. And I talked to a scientist about it the other day, this whole El Nino, El Nina switch is causing it. So
Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. But our clients are so lucky to have people like us. So this is why we do what we do. When we have a new guest on the show, we always like to do a little bit of a lightning round. So I ask you just a series of questions and you answer them as quickly as you can. Sometimes people can't answer them quickly because they have to think really hard about them. But they have nothing to do with your brand, nothing at all. They're just totally personal. So you ready?
love it. Barbara Walters, here we go.
All right. What was your first job?
My first job, oh my God, detasseling corn in Iowa. And if you don't know what detasseling corn is like, it is the worst job you could possibly have. My first day too, it's tromping through the mud, row by row, and you pull the tassels off of corn and you just do it all day long. It's very intense.
I have to say that's the first time we have ever had that answer or anything remotely close to it. That's
I
great.
love it. I love it. Yeah, it was not a fun job.
What is your favorite color?
Um, I say yellow a lot, but lately it's been more of a green.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's mine too. Do you have a favorite word?
Probably great because I say it too much.
And do you have a word that you hate hearing?
I have a couple phrases I hate hearing, but no word that I hate.
Yeah, it's usually moist for everyone.
Oh, that's funny. It doesn't bother me too much.
Where did you go on your last vacation?
Ooh, vacation. It was actually, gosh, it was a while ago. You know what? It was Martha's Vineyard. That was my last vacation. It was beautiful. I'd never been there. I felt like I was in a storybook. It was gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. When do you usually wake up in the morning?
Usually around 6:45.
Naturally,
no alarm. It just naturally. What'd you say?
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, it's weird. Every time I look over, I look at the clock. Yep, that's the time.
That's great. What were you afraid of as a child?
Oh, snakes. Especially in my bed. I think the movie Death Becomes Her.
Yes.
I saw it when I was young, and ever since then, I would lay on my pillow because I wouldn't want to go underneath my sheets because I thought there would be snakes. Insane.
I have that same fear of mice. What is your favorite word in another language?
Oh, amor, probably.
That's a good one.
Right?
That's a very good one. All right. Well, thank you for playing along. Well done. Yeah, wow. Shucking, what was it? Do you shuck the tassels off the corn?
Detasseling.
Detasseling. Yeah,
Detasseling.
remember that word, you guys. That's fantastic. I will apologize right now. I have a little bit of a cold that I'm trying to get over in time to go on the Allure of the Seas next week with some of our agents. So excuse me if I'm wiping my nose with a tissue. But today I want to talk about St. Vincent because I don't know a lot about this destination, much less the resort. And I feel like for a while now, we've been so focused on Curacao, which is, again, a gorgeous resort. All I really know about this is it's like this resort that's been dropped into Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
It's kind of its own little corner of the world. Can you tell us about the property, why St. Vincent, and what? I feel like Sandals is kind of going through like this shift. I don't know if you guys really think so, but I see just this elevated feel.
2.0, baby. It's 2.0, Sandals 2.0, and we're hoping to bring everything to that level. But I think Curacao was probably our first Sandals 2.0, and then Sandals Dunn's River, and now Sandals Rural Curacao. Or I'm sorry, Sandals St. Vincent. And St. Vincent has kind of a fun story about Mr. Stewart. When he would fly around in the Caribbean in his helicopter or his airplane, he would look down at St. Vincent and that particular spot, and he had visited there for many years, and he had always wanted to own a resort in St. Vincent. And both Curacao and St. Vincent have been a destination that we've been selling the island more than the resort itself, just because of the beauty and the charm and the people that both destinations bring. I had the opportunity to visit Sandals St. Vincent prior to it opening and doing a lot of fun excursions around the island. And let me tell you, it was out of this world. So, they say St. Lucia is kind of like the Hawaii of the Caribbean, but St. Vincent is that even on steroids. We got to visit this beautiful waterfall. I don't remember how tall it actually was, but we took a bridge that you would see on Indiana Jones to cross it to get there. And it was just so magical and beautiful. Visited a black sand beach right near where the volcano had erupted a few years ago. And just the destination, the island itself. So going from the airport to the resort, the people all seeing us arriving and they're waving as they're coming home from school. They're so excited for us to be there. It's the very first all-inclusive resort to the island, and it's already the flights have intensified by so much. Before, there used to be about 2 or 3 flights per week. Now we're almost daily out of both New York and Miami, and Charlotte's going to be having some too. So lots of exciting things coming to St. Vincent. But the resort itself, every single room there is gigantic. And some even have their own media rooms. Some have their own workout rooms. We have our first 2-bedroom suite. So if couples that are traveling together, they can have their own living space or, bedroom and bathrooms. But then in the middle, they'll have a loungy area and their own private pool. And of course, it's right by the ocean, so they can walk right out to the ocean. The over-the-water bungalows there, which are 2-story over-the-water bungalows, first of their kind. And the people that are staying in them, they get a boat transfer from the airport right up to their bungalow. So their butler will meet them with champagne as they're arriving to their over-the-water bungalow, which is so cool. Yeah.
So the destination, is it more than a 7-night destination? It almost sounds like you could stay a good 10 days.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yep, or even, like the European style vacations that stay for closer to 2 weeks. I would say anything down in, the further Eastern Caribbean warrants at least a 5-night stay. It is quite a bit to travel there. You're most likely connecting if you're traveling maybe out of the Midwest where I am. But then once you arrive, you've got a little over an hour from the airport to the resort, unless you're on that boat transfer, then you'll get there a lot quicker. But, you want to be able to get there, spend a couple of days relaxing, but then there's so many excursions to see and do on the island. We hardly conquered any of it, and it was out of this world. So yes, I highly recommend at least 7 nights if you can, if not more.
What sort of client would you say this would be perfect for? Because I think that with each resort, we're starting to see a personality. There are some features that, of course, are similar, but I feel like each one is identifying itself in its own way. So who do you feel like is the perfect client for St. Vincent?
Oh my gosh. I think our repeat clients are really loving it because they have a mission to see all of the Sandals and Beaches resorts. But I do say that with a lot of the resorts, like, oh, this is perfect for your honeymooners, or this is perfect for the people that want a lot of entertainment and action. I've noticed that this has something for everybody, including like the younger millennials that are, out there our influencers out there, all taking all the photos. So the vibe, you can find it's for everybody. I wouldn't say that about all resorts. Absolutely not. But I would definitely say Sandals St. Vincent, as well as Sandals Curacao, are great for everyone of all ages.
Yeah.
It's easy to get around. And yeah, I have to say it's for everyone.
Do you have any, is there a sneak peek as to what's coming next?
Well, yes.
I know Exuma's coming, and I had to laugh because it was not out there one day, and the next day it was out there, and it was very funny because it just kind of was like, the rumors are flying. But Exuma being a beaches is amazing.
Yes, I cannot wait. For the longest time, whenever anyone would ask me, what's your favorite destination you've ever been to? What's your favorite Sandals resort? It's always been Exuma. The destination of Exuma is something it's hard to even describe. That blue Kool-Aid color water, and just as you're flying in, being able to see the ocean ground and ocean floor with all the different keys. I am so excited to take my kids there someday. They're not even going to believe it. I've heard from people that have been over to the Maldives and, Bora Bora, and they're like, the water in Exuma is just uncomparable. And so I'm so excited for that. And that's kind of the new exciting thing that's coming. You've heard about Beaches Runaway Bay in Jamaica. But I've also heard a rumor, I know this is live, but about Beaches Barbados. So, I mean, I might have spilled some tea.
Great. That could be great.
I don't know. I don't have much information on it.
Yeah.
I think the other big news, though, is Beaches Ochi is going to be getting a huge refurbishment, and we're just going to be putting so much money into updating and refurbishing that. That's the only Sandals and Beaches resort that we don't own, and so we finally got approval. And I heard the general manager say that it was going to blow Beaches Turks and Caicos out of the water. So I'm really excited.
Wow, that was my very first property that I went to with my kids.
Oh, fun!
Ever. So we have very fond memories of it. And, I took my son to Turks and Caicos. And so when you talk about the watercolor of Exuma, I just can't even imagine, because I just thought the watercolor in Turks was unreal.
Right?
So that was fantastic to see.
Yes.
There's nothing like it when you can see the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, from the airplane, right? That's so crazy. I know. We had somebody that we celebrated the Turks and Caicos Independence Day last week, and we had some of our team down there, and they hadn't been to, one of the persons, she just started, she hasn't been to Exuma yet, and I was like, Exuma even beats that water. She couldn't believe it. So we had that same conversation. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be wonderful. And I think more and more families are looking for options that are super inclusive and offer a lot of variety, and, are just that one-stop shop, that place to go that, and it's different, right? Because it's exciting. It's a different destination. It might take a little bit longer to get to, but I thought that about Turks, and I turned around and I said, absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. So I think you'll find the same thing with Exuma. Okay, so you said I was going to ask you your tried and true. At the end of the day, Exuma was your tried and true. What's going to be your new tried and true?
I keep Oh, but this, my number one, my favorite is Sandals Grenada. For several reasons. I love smaller resorts. I love the intimate feel. I love the authentic vibe that you get from it. It also is one of those resorts that I would say I would recommend for everybody. Because there is, the back part of the resort has the more lively bar. Well, they'll have the foam parties and the DJ there, and the fun beer competitions or whatever, so you can get loud and rowdy if you're feeling like it. But then there's other places that you can go and read a book and take a nap and be quiet and just have that chill vibe if you're looking for that. The beach and the water life there too is out of this world. I haven't done as much as exploring as I would like to do, but it has some of the most underwater dive spots with shipwrecks and underwater sculptures and underwater volcanoes, actually, that it's a pink beach, but then it'll turn the beach with the black sand when the volcano erupts. And I got to travel there one time right after the underwater volcano had erupted, and it became black sand, and it would sparkle at the sun. It was so pretty. It's also just really close to the airport, which I love. I get a little motion sick in the car, so the closer you can get me there, the better. And it's just like 5 minutes from the airport, but there's a mountain side, so you kind of go around the mountain so you don't see or hear the airplanes. I also love cooking and spices, so they have the fresh nutmeg and cinnamon, and you can just stand outside, and the smell of the island, it smells so beautiful. And just throughout the resort, all the water features, I think it's perfect.
You've painted an absolutely beautiful picture, and I just think, when we think of Sandals, we do think of Jamaica, right? Because that's where it all started. But I love the fact that there's this organic branch out of the Caribbean that's just happening, and it's so exciting, and it's the ability to go to destinations that you might not have been to before with a tried and true brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, knowing that you're going to be taken care of, and that there's certain expectations that will be met. Vacationing's not inexpensive these days.
Yeah.
So, and there's so many things that we can't control. I feel like there's some stuff that's just a given when you are there with the Sandals brand, that I don't have to worry about service and food and all of that. That will all be, it might take me 3 days to get there because of the airlines, but I will get there. And once I get there, I'll be happy.
Yeah, and we're working on those airline partnerships too, and getting more flights. And you can see just St. Vincent speaking for itself, getting flights 7 days a week when it used to be, I think, 2.
Well, I mean, not even that. It's just the delays and the cancellations and all that sort of stuff that, we just don't have any control over. And so when we do get to our destination, we really want it to be, we want to know we're well taken care of.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys so much. And it's so exciting to watch everything that's going on.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us. I can't wait for more to come, more excitement. We're adding on. Beaches, Turks, and Caicos is getting another village. A lot of our resorts are getting new buildings and just bringing everything up to that 2.0 level. So we can't wait for you all to come down and check it out.
Perfect. Michele, thank you so much for being here today. We know you're so busy.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. I'm so excited for my next guest. We met at Destination Success this year, and I just have to tell you, I just was blown away by her personality, what she's doing with her business. And I know so many of you are always asking, to get these experienced agents on, these diamond pinnacle agents that are just doing incredible things with their business. So you said it, I listened. So please welcome Crystal Cox Walker to the show.
Hello,
Hi.
hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me. Michele was amazing.
Right? She can paint a picture like nobody else.
Yes.
So I feel like you might be at your other job right now.
Yes, I am. I'm actually just in a cubby.
Yeah. So, which I think is amazing, because I want to talk today about how you have managed to do what you do with your business while working full time, while having a life. I'm assuming you have one outside of both jobs.
I know, right?
But can you share with us some of the strategies you've used? And I'm guessing the strategies have changed over the years to make sure that you can do both.
Of course, yeah. The strategies, the game plan, everything has changed, and it kind of just evolves with the time. Um, I think for me, the biggest thing is time management, giving whatever deliverables I have to for the state, I get it to them, but also the deliverables for my clients as well.
Mhm.
So there's only 24 hours in a day, 7 hours worth of rest, everything else is business.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's a place that you are enjoying right now where there's so much business and maybe not a lot of rest? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that right now. After much conversation with your leaders and your staff at KHM, I have decided to get an assistant.
Yeah.
So he has taken a lot of the load off as far as
Mhm.
the what he can handle right now, and it's
Right.
freed up more time for me. Because built into the work and the life, there's also personal time management. I'm not really a manny person, but I'm a petty person.
You have to make time for that.
Yes. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
tell me about, how did you end up in this business and what has that journey looked like? How many years did it take you to get to where you are, which is Pinnacle Diamond?
Yes. Okay. So I have been in this business, well, actually with KHM since 2011. And my journey is probably like most agents out there, they're looking for another stream of income.
Mhm.
And in a household, I'm a retired professional athlete. And my daughter, I was like, well, you know, I don't really want her to run track. I want her to make her own path. And so, of course, she would choose the most expensive sport in the history of athletics, which is volleyball. And, and my husband and I were like, man, one of us got to get a part-time job or just get something else to come in because we didn't want to deny her her dreams
Mhm.
because of lack of resources. And, I remember my very first year with KHM, my very first year, I didn't even make $600 in commission. And it was one of those things where you can't get frustrated. You just have to
Right.
figure out how you're going to evolve, how you're going to reinvent yourself. And I've seen growth and progression throughout the years, constantly learning little tricks. And at one point, I completely skipped from, I think, silver or gold to like diamond. It was like,
Mhm.
it didn't happen overnight, but it was the trust that my clients, they believe
Yeah.
in me. And you have to show a level of believing in yourself and that
I
confidence. So yeah.
Yes, it's that confidence. If you lack the confidence, like it's kind of like when I ask someone at a restaurant, like, what's your favorite dish or do you like this dish? And they're like, well, and I'm like, okay, we'll take that one off the table. You started with a
Exactly.
it's that
Hmm.
same level of confidence that I'm looking for in anyone that I deal with, right? There are certain keywords that I don't ever want to hear from out of someone's mouth, and is one of them. Um, Tell me about, like, how have things changed as far as what you're selling?
So of course, as a young agent, I sold everything. If you wanted to go, I sold it. You wanted to go up the road to the beach, I got you. And throughout the years, I figured out my niche,
Mm,
which is Caribbean travel. I have Caribbean roots. I love the blue waters. How Michelle just described it was so true. And that's why I'm a petty person because I need my feet in the sand
yep.
while my toes are cute. And so, but now I'm a more seasoned agent and I want to venture outside of my own comfort zone.
Mhm.
And though I've been to Europe many times for my own personal travels and competition, now I want my clientele, because they trust me so much, I want them to trust going across the pond.
Mhm.
So I am super excited about my journey next week with the diamond agents and just what I'm going to soak up and what I'm going to sell. I'm
So you're
excited.
going on the Oceania trip but can you remind me of the itinerary? Because I honestly can't remember.
We're gonna leave out of Malta, go into Croatia, then we're gonna hop in Greece, and then finish up in Italy. It's 10 nights of amazingness.
So amazing. So what's your game plan as far as using that experience to market? Do you have a list of clients already that you're planning on reaching out to, or do you have a plan in place to for social media each day?
You know what? My plan right now, honestly, is social media. Whenever I go somewhere, I'll snap a picture, or,
Mhm.
whether it's me in the sand or blue water, and I let the clients choose the caption. And yes, I let them choose the caption, and then they're like, "Oh, shoot, Chris, we want to go there." So I am looking forward to just bringing in, not per se a different type of clientele,
Mhm.
but more so with them expanding their horizons.
So we just had Luxury Symposium, and this was exactly the message that you're not always looking for someone new. You're looking for someone that exists that just might need a little nudge. And because they don't always know what options are available, and there can be a little bit of timidness to it, especially if they haven't traveled there before. And so it's just showing your values, to saying, I gotcha. Like, this is what we're going to do to get you across the pond to something that's got a little bit of a higher price tag, a little bit of a different experience. So I love the fact that you're saying, I'm not looking for anyone new. I'm just, I'm just trying to shift some people. Do you think you would do a group trip? Do people like traveling with you? If you did a European trip, do you feel like people would jump on board with you?
Oh, definitely. Every year for my own personal group, I take a group to we hop around the Caribbean. But throughout the course of the year, have coming next year, I have 25 groups already lined up just for the first quarter for next year. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I explained that destination success, I do it all. Bachelor parties, divorce parties, birthdays, everything. I make a group out of everything. And so now I will, once I test the waters over there and my clients see that, they're going to jump on board. I'm already planning for 26. 2025, we already have our groups in the, already in the pocket. We're going to Carnival for Antigua next year, so they are excited. But after that, yes, we're going across the pond. They're trusting.
So, what is it about you that makes people trust you? I mean, I know what it is, but share it with everyone else.
You know what? I'm honest. I am an
Yeah.
honest person, right? I don't sugarcoat anything. I think that's what my clients love about me. My goal is to move folks from point A to point B.
Mhm.
This is what I'm saying. Don't shoot the messenger, just take the message. And
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, and that's how my clients, they know, even when they're in doubt and they're listening to their coworkers, oh, go here, go there. They're like, no, we're gonna call Crystal.
Let's get her opinion. I love what you said. Did everyone hear that? Don't shoot the messenger, just take the message. That's huge. That is so huge, because so many times the client doesn't want to hear the message, yet you have no control over the message. So just being able to say, I can't do anything about the message. All I can do is be there to support you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, there was another question I was going to ask you about your groups and you. Oh, your management style. Do you feel like you've trained your clients, or are you a person who is still a work in progress with, when you answer text, how quickly you answer text? Like, what does your communication style look like? Because I know, especially agents that are just starting out, they feel like they have to be 24/7, right? Or they're going to lose the business. But I think when people have an existing career, that's a really hard expectation to live up to, and probably one ultimately that's not all that healthy. So what does your communication style look like?
I am so glad that you asked this question because a few years ago, you actually did whether a message, whether it was KHM Today, a podcast or something, but I remember you saying, you are that good, they can wait. And that has resonated with me because before I felt the need to answer every single text.
Mhm.
You're in the bathroom in the shower and you hear ding 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 ding, and you feel the need to answer it right then and there.
Yes.
And then when you get to the message, it's like some crazy question like that could have waited, right?
Right.
And so I lied to you not, and to all the viewers out there, you are that good. Whether you're in the beginning stages of your career or you are seasoned, take time to think about your response. and when you're going to respond. Because if your clients trust and love you, they'll wait. They can wait for the response. I do understand that some things are pressing,
Right.
but I've ever since you delivered that message, I have made very hard boundaries. Even if a text come through at 11 or 12 at night and I'm up still cranking it out,
Mm-hmm.
I'll think about it for a minute. But if I answer it, I know that they're going to want a response, a
Right.
follow-up question,
Right.
right? So throughout the years, I've gotten better with
Mhm.
responding, and when I respond, because of what you said, you are that good. They'll wait.
Right. Right. And I do think it's important, years ago, you know, I learned very quickly I could take one day off during the weekend, but one day I really did need to be doing something. And it wasn't whether or not someone was reaching out to me or I would have a client meeting. It really was just that peace of mind day to get caught up through things, make sure all my T's were crossed and my I's dotted. But I have noticed recently, I've got a lot of clients that have jobs, right? And so they can't do this on my schedule. They're looking at stuff Saturdays and Sundays. So I have realized that I have to make myself somewhat available to be able to handle those people. And that's just being in the service industry, right? I mean, there's so
Exactly.
many industries out there that it's never a 9 to 5. This isn't a 9 to 5 job, no matter how you work it. If you want to be really good at it and you want to be successful, you have to be a little bit more flexible with your own schedule and own life. So for anyone that's trying to reach that level,
Mhm.
the question is, do they want to, first of all? And what do you feel like it takes?
I think with anything in life, right, regardless to the career path, it's going to take perseverance. It's going to take hard work. Every single agent in our organization that is pinnacle, regardless of what level of pinnacle, I mean, they've seen the progression throughout the years. And
Mhm.
then once you get to diamond or diamond elite, you do start questioning, do I want to stay at this
Yeah.
level? But sometimes you can't help it because your clients trust you.
Yes. Yep. I
It's
get it
just
all the
then
time.
you shift it. You just shift how you interact.
Yeah.
So, and I love it what you just said, especially with the weekends, because our roles aren't, your classic 9 to 5, and
Yeah.
we don't get the weekends off. And what I've learned is if I ever have a free weekend and free for me is being fluffy on the couch.
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, If I ever get a free weekend, my business hours will shut down at 12 o'clock. I need the
Hmm.
rest. I need to get some groceries for the house.
Right.
Just the little
Yeah,
things.
there are little things. Yes. Yes. Well, and I think that, to your point, when you reach that level, my hope is that everyone has these clients that they've come to love and adore. And it is very hard to give up. I know people ask me all the time, how do you still do KHM stuff and your business? It's no different than what you're doing on a daily basis, Crystal. It's just it's hard to give up those clients when they've just been a part of you for so many years, right? And I don't keep those around that I don't like. So really everyone that is around, I really like. And so it's hard, especially when you've grown this. I mean, I started mine from my kitchen table.
Yeah.
And, now I actually, well, I don't know if you'd call my office an actual office, but it is. I have a desk. It's a pit, but it's a desk. It's hard to give something up that you've worked so hard for. And everyone at any level in this business should be excited for what they've done and what's to come. Because I only see it growing, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, no, you said some really important and key words for our listeners out there. For me, and I'm on the show, you know. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, and KHM, I'm just doing a shameless plug right now. But KHM, I mean, they have the resources
Yeah.
to help you in whatever.
Oop, she might have fallen off, guys. Oh, well, if she doesn't come back, how amazing was that conversation? She's an incredible woman. She's an incredible business owner. And I hope you guys learned something today from her. We'll just wait another second, see if she pops on. Nope. Okay. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for being here. Next week, watch out. We are live from the Allure of the Seas with Kathy Killen. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you for our sponsors for their continued support. Thank you, Michelle and Crystal. You were amazing. And thanks for all tuning in today. Have a great one. And stay safe out there, Florida.